And now, it's time for your real estate video update with your Gulf Coast Realtor, dougleugers.
Hi everyone, I'm Doug Leugers, Leugers Real Estate Experts, coming to you from the Gaylord Texan here in Grapevine, Texas. Today, we're at the biggest and best real estate conference of the year, brought to you by the National Association of Expert Advisors. This is a meeting of the greatest minds in our industry coming together for a whole week, sharing the best strategies to get homes sold for more money and in faster time. But even though we're doing all this, it's still our job to bring you your quarterly market updates. And without further ado, here's your third quarter market update. First off, let me show you this chart of existing home sales that dates all the way back till January of 2011. This shows you that the market is flying back, and I mean flying back. We get a lot of questions about what's the market doing in our particular area, or what is our home worth? But equally as important is, why is the market doing what it's doing? In a recent survey, the top 5 reasons Americans buy a home: number 1, it's because it's a better place to raise their children. Number 2, it's a place that a family can feel safe. Followed by number 3, the ability to have more space or add more space when needed. Number 4, the freedom to renovate to their taste or paint that baby's room the color they always wanted to paint it. And interestingly enough, last on the list and the most practical reason is owning is a better investment. Not just is it a better investment, but as you'll see on the next slide, a survey of the 100 largest metro areas in the country, it's 35% cheaper to own a home than rent. 35% cheaper. Not only is owning a home 35% cheaper than renting, but as you'll see on this next slide, the return on investment for real estate is way better than the stock market. A recent study by MSN Money and Case Shiller shows that from January 2000 through September 2013, that investing in real estate is way better than the stock market. I know I get a lot of naysayers that say, hey Doug, that doesn't take into consideration 2006 on. Well, as you'll see on this next slide, we don't survey every time period. But if I took the last 12 months, when the stock market has come roaring back, you'll see that real estate has stuck with the stock market the whole time. Home prices have increased 12.4%. The NASDAQ, which took the biggest hit, has come roaring back. But the point is this: if you took $100,000 and you wanted to invest in either stock or real estate, to buy stock you would spend that $100,000. If you wanted to buy a $100,000 house, you might put down $10,000 or even $20,000. So your actual return on your cash investment skyrockets over the stock market. What does all this mean? Well folks, we got a window of opportunity. Let me explain. There's been a lot of talk lately about the Federal Reserve tapering off their purchase of mortgage bonds. And when they purchase mortgage bonds, that keeps interest rates down. So as you'll see in the next slide of the recent rate movement, when the initial talk started that they were going to taper off, interest rates started to increase. But as of the Federal Reserve's last meeting, they actually announced that they weren't going to be tapering off on the purchase of mortgage bonds. So the interest rates started to decrease. But then Ben Bernanke, the chairman of the Fed, just came out and said, if data confirms our basic outlook, then we can move later this year. What they're saying, folks, is that in their December meeting, they'll probably announce that they're going to taper off the purchase of mortgage bonds, which means interest rates will go up. Take a look at this next slide. The top analysts, Fannie Mae, National Association of Realtors, Freddie Mac, and the Mortgage Bankers Association, they all project that by the fourth quarter of 2014, interest rates will go up by over 1%. Well, what's that mean when you're purchasing a home? Let's just consider a $250,000 mortgage. This doesn't take into account home prices increasing. This is just assuming that home prices would stay the same, which we know that's not going to happen. So if we took a 1% increase in interest rate, you can see that the monthly payment would jump up $162.80. Now if you take that over the course of a year, that's over $2,000. Well folks, I just showed you that right now is not the time to be on the fence. The top analysts have all said that interest rates are going to go up, and I showed you what that means in terms of payment. So if you're considering making a move and you want to know what your home is worth, my information is right at the bottom of the screen. Give me a phone call, shoot me an email or a text message, and me or one of my team members will be happy to help you. I'm Doug Lugers, Lugers Real Estate Experts. Thanks for watching.